Increasing lead quality is the holy grail for any company doing any form of lead generation marketing. And in today's video, I'm going to share with you the 5 most quick and effective ways you can increase your lead quality. So let's start with what makes a good lead. So that's someone with legit contact information, someone who will answer your call, a genuine interest in your services, and someone that you're able to provide a quote to. On the contrast, what makes a bad lead? False contact information, prospects who don't answer your calls or reply to emails or text messages, or perhaps they're only interested in a quick price and they have no recollection of inquiring. Maybe that's something that you've dealt with. So here are the 5 ways you can increase your lead quality. First one that we want to cover is location targeting. First and foremost, if someone's outside of your serviceable area, there's no way you're going to be able to do business with them. So that's why we rate it as an impact factor as high, 5 out of 5. Here are a quick few screenshots of location settings that you can dial in, whether you're running Google ads, Facebook ads. With Facebook ads, we tend to use radiuses and then exclude areas around. With Google ads, you can be a bit more segmented in covering different counties. And then adding loads of negative exclusions as well. Tip number 2, lead quality. So when it comes to your offer and call to action, these are hugely important factors when it comes to affecting how it affects the quality of the leads that you receive. That's why we've got an impact factor as high, 4 out of 5. And with this, I want to share a couple of different examples. So you can see the website here on the left, they're a roofing company. You can see their primary call to action that they're focusing on is this $300 off Black Friday get promo, which creates a pop-up sale, $300 off, and then asks for your name and email. On the website on the right, you've got this example of the CTA being schedule an appointment, and then it asks for name, email, phone number, and message. So they're 2 very different call to actions. Which one produces a better quality of lead? Of course, the one which is going to ask for a phone number and a message field with information regarding the project. With the example on the left, you're going to typically get people who are kind of in it for the cheapest price possible with that type of offer. They might get huge volume from it. It might work really well for them, depending on how their back end is set up. But that's just to give you an idea of how the offer or call to action play a huge factor in the type of quality of lead that you get. So lead quality tip number 3 is the lead contact method. And what I mean by this is there are different ways in which you can collect lead contact information. So do phone call leads produce better results? Or perhaps your contact forms produce more volume, but weaker leads. And so when we dive into this, I've built this intent temperature scale, which shows high intent from someone who is perhaps ready to pick up the phone, call you, talk about their problems, and schedule an appointment. Whereas online chat, you're typically going to get lower intent, people just kind of shopping for a bit more information. And then in between, we've got the form submission and text SMS. And this is all based off of our own experience. People may have other ways of making online chat work at a much higher level. But what we found is, especially if you're like a roofing company or a contractor, phone calls are the best possible types of leads that you can receive. Form submissions, people are typically a bit happier to wait, or it might be a bit out, or it might be out of hours, for example. And that's where form submissions play more of a role. But phone call leads for us in our experience, running campaigns have been the best form of lead that you can ask for. Now, if we dive into a bit more detail on the forms themselves, I went to Google and Googled the top 5 roofing companies in a certain location in England, in Manchester, and these were the web forms that came up on the 5 highest ranked websites. And you can see to them, they all look pretty similar. We've got write to us, send us a message, request quotation, request a free quote. And they don't ask a whole lot of information. They're certainly better than asking just for name, email, and a promo code. But the key thing here is qualification. And what we want to get out of prospects is more information about what issues they're facing. So something that we use for our clients is multi-step forms. So you can see this example here. We'll get you a roofing quotation for your property in no time. That doesn't necessarily mean we're going to deliver it online or give you an instant online quotation, but having a multi-step form with different questions like what type of property do you have, what's the postcode of the property, explain the issues that you're facing, what type of roof do you have. All of these different types of questions help the user feel like they're going to get a more personalized quote when it comes down to it. Of course, when it comes to roofing, that you're going to need to do an actual appointment, an inspection of the roof, but doing this process just allows that extra level of customization, that the user feels that they're being listened to, they're answering different questions, and that they're actually going to get what you say they are going to get. Whereas you can't get that from just a form which asks for name, email, phone number, and then a small box for more information. They just don't feel like they're going to get a customized quote based off that information that they provide. So when it comes to improving your lead quality with forms, there are a few different things you can do. You can increase the number of questions asked. Open-ended questions work better if you're really looking to find out all the details, although I recommend closed-ended with drop-downs. You're going to get a higher conversion rate. Ask questions related to budget. Bear in mind, people may always lean towards the lower end of the budget on that, but may have that budget actually available. So just bear that in mind. Also consider setting price expectations as well. So depending on what form builder you use, you can use conditional logic to show a certain price range depending on what thing that they've selected. I know it's a bit harder for roofing, but there are certain industries that this can work quite well in. And that way, when people can see a price and then they then proceed to go on with the form afterwards and then enter their details, they're a qualified lead because they have an expectation of what the price is going to be. Otherwise, they probably wouldn't have continued the form. And also another thing that a lot of people forget to do on their forms is set expectations for what the next steps are going to be. So typically you might just see a lot of websites with get a free quote, name, email, phone number, but they don't include any more information about what happened. So typically what you want to do is include information below the form or right beneath the headline of the form saying, enter your details, we'll evaluate your requirements and then get back to you within 24 hours with an idea of a quote, or arrange a free appointment or consultation to run through different pricing options, something like that. That way people can expect, okay, they are going to call me, we are then going to go through the next steps. So that's another kind of small tip to bear in mind. And when it comes down to quality versus volume, you really want to find balance. There's not necessarily one answer. You can do a lot with lead volume. Even if the leads are a lower quality lead, you can still find ways to work them into becoming good quality leads. So it's about finding a balance of what works for you. For lead quality tip number 4, brand perception. This is one I've not really seen anyone talk about. The impact factor I've included on this is just a 2 because it is extremely hard to measure this. But ultimately what we want to, what the premise of this is, how do people see you or perceive you from your marketing? Do you look cheap and local? Does your marketing material attract low quality leads? Or are you a trusted established company but looks more expensive and may cost a bit more? So these are all additional things to consider. And I'm going to do a little exercise for you here. So which website will attract price shoppers? Website A or website B? If you agree with me, you'll say website B, because you can see right there at the above any headline is we beat any price. They've got stock imagery. The production quality looks relatively low. I think it still might convert very well, but I would imagine that the quality of the leads isn't going to be very good. Whereas you compare that to website A, you've got someone who's wearing a branded uniform. They've got a Trustpilot reviews there. You can see 8,330 reviews. The production quality is a lot higher. It looks like a fully proper, a proper established business. So I've got another example here. Which website do you trust more? Website A or website B? Now again, I'm hoping you go with the same choice as I have, which is website B. This is actually a landing page that we've designed for one of our clients. And you can see just small subtle elements like including trade accreditations below the hero, adding a review also in the hero section, and then also a Trustpilot, or it can be a Google 5-star badge right at the top in the navigation. And it's just got more professional production feel to it than the website on the left. And again, I don't know how well the website on the left performs, but I would bet my money on the landing page on the right. So a few quick questions to ask yourself is, do my ads make my business look cheap? Does my website reflect quality? Are there online reviews for my business? Are we perceived as trustworthy? Do we communicate a good track record? And please answer these honestly as well, because if you've got a crappy looking website, which looks like, someone's just put it together in 10 minutes, you don't have any online reviews, and you're complaining about, no one wants to pay our prices and all our leads are really bad quality, then kind of look at yourself and what you can do to help improve that. And that may be adding more case studies to your website, asking all your past customers to leave a review, and then putting those reviews on your website to build that trust and really kind of elevate how people perceive your business. And lead quality tip number 5 is measure lead quality. And this impact factor is pretty high, ranked at 4. And the whole premise around this is being able to understand and measure lead quality. And once you're able to measure it, you can then find ways to improve it over time. And I'm going to give you a quick illustration of what I mean by that. So when you're able to tie back the data of the campaign to the quality of the lead, you can then better allocate your budget into what's producing better quality leads. So it may be, okay, what lead page or what landing page is producing the best quality of leads? Are there certain campaigns, certain locations that produce better quality leads? Is there a certain contact method which is producing better leads? Is it phone call leads produce 80% of quotable leads? Or do the form submissions perhaps, are they better? And there's no right answer in it. Completely dependent on industry, campaign setup, all of that sort of stuff. But having this information available and being able to analyze it will allow you to then make these decisions on how to better allocate your budget and get more of what's working for you. And so really lead tracking helps us answer the following questions. What channels produces the best quality leads? What campaigns produce the best quality leads? Which ad creative? What ad copy? Do certain landing pages produce better quality of leads? The different locations. And this list goes on and on. Time of day, you can get very granular with this. And there are certain lead attribution softwares that you can go out and get, which make the whole process a lot easier, basically, where they'll, when updated correctly, and it works in the same way as a CRM does, where you can update all the leads that you receive within the system, put quote values, sales values, information on why leads aren't quotable, and then it will build a whole picture on where your best leads are coming from. And then you can really break it down with certain reports like this one. So what keywords produce the most revenue? And this is an example from one of our roofing clients. We can see roof replacement cost as a keyword has produced £87,000 worth of business. Or you can see price of new roof, £46,000 worth of business. And using this information, we can understand, okay, what keywords produce the most revenue for us. And then we also have reports with keywords and quotable, what produces the most quotable leads. So there's a lot of special information that you can get when you basically organize it in a certain way. And I have a final bonus tip for you as well before finishing up these recommendations for lead quality is instant SMS Follow Ups. If you're not doing it already, definitely get on this, because it is one of the most powerful ways and fastest ways for you to improve your lead quality, providing the person has left a legit phone number. But yeah, you can basically follow up all new leads with an instant automated follow-up. And the key to it is including a simple, easy to answer question to get them to engage in conversation. And we've got this impact factor as high, 5 out of 5, 100% recommend it, because more replies equals better leads. And that's the thing most people actually struggle or have a challenge with lead quality is response rates. And implementing this for one of our clients actually increased their response rate by 40%. They're a roofing company. And you can see here, it's a really simple SMS that we've used. It goes, hi, name. This is person from company name. Thanks for your inquiry. When would be the best time to speak regarding your quote? Morning, afternoon, evening. So we set out which option, and then you can see based on the replies in this screenshot, you can see now is fine, or morning, afternoon, whatever it works best for them. And then by getting that information, you know the best time to call them. They now are expecting your call, and it improves their overall experience with you. And you are contacting them when their intent is at their absolute highest. Like, there is no better time to be contacting them since that they've made this inquiry right then. Especially if it's something like they're dealing with a leaky roof, or they have an emergency inquiry that they feel, I really need help with right now. Anyone who replies to the SMS, is going to be relatively high in terms of intent. And the crazy thing is, most competitors aren't doing this. So you can basically contact the leads before any one of your competitors does this. So that really wraps up the 5 or 6 best techniques that you can use to better qualify and improve the quality of the leads that you receive. And so if you need any help with implementation, execution, or consulting with this type of activity, you can reach us at atomicmarketing.com. We do Google Ads, landing page design, and everything to do with lead quality management as well. So thanks again for watching. Please like and subscribe for more videos like this. I'll put some links in the description below to some recommended videos that you may also find pretty useful. We've got one for roofing landing pages, and we also have another video on how to actually implement the whole lead quality improvement method that I kind of just touched on in this video. But yeah, thanks again. Thanks for watching. Give it a like if you found some value from it, and look forward to seeing you in the next video.